Hey guys, sorry I didn't get this video out last night like I promised. So, Pastor Dino taught this amazing message, and I just got to thinking because of it. Instead of looking for good things, we should look for trouble. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't enjoy your life or look for some good things, but you know, a lot of times, have you noticed right when we give our hearts to God, we immediately receive trouble? That's because God then trusts us with trouble. And what I mean by that is He trusts us to get past those tests. He doesn't give catastrophes to people who don't follow Him because He can't trust them with trouble. Because God has to give us trouble to mature us, to get us where we need to be. And there has been plenty of messages following that. Like, you've come too far, and damaged but repairable, and hidden, which I haven't taught on. So, guys, I'm looking for trouble now. Instead of complaining about all the trouble that we've received so far, we should thank God for the trouble, because of that trouble, God is taking us someplace that we weren't before. I mean, just like Spencer said, at least I'm not where I used to be. I may not be to kingdom come. I mean, I may not be in the kingdom of gold, God's kingdom yet. I may not be rich. I may not be the best that there is, but at least I'm not where I used to be. At least I'm somewhere else. And God has to put us in the oven. And what I mean by that is He has to bake us. And don't think it's a literal oven. No. What I mean is He has to put us in a situation, and we have to trust in Him that He will guide us through that situation instead of taking matters into our own hands. Because Peter saw the soldiers taking away Jesus, and what did he do? He drew the sword out. And Jesus said, "Put thy sword into thy sheath. The cup which my Father hath given me, shall I not drink it?" Now we just have to trust in God that He knows what He's doing. Because if we do what we want, fix the problem our own way, it doesn't work out. It only works out if we trust in God, because God is stronger than any problem. If He says He's going to get us through it, He's going to get us through it. Now, He may allow the enemy to influence us, to distract us, and to play into our minds, but that doesn't at all mean that He's put us up for adoption. We're still His children. He's just letting the enemy play with us so that we can become stronger. Because if we didn't have those lies, how could we know that how can we tell a truth from a lie? That's what I'm saying. How can we relate to people, is what I'm saying. Because if you see somebody who's gone through something, you can say to them, "I know, I've been there." But you can't, well, say that if your life is perfect, lollipops and rainbows, and nothing bad has happened. You can't relate to them. But you can relate to them if you've gone through it yourself. I mean, I've gone through some stuff. We all have. So, guys, we just have to trust that God has not delivered us to our enemy. We're not the enemy's children. He's not put us up for adoption. Just because He's let the enemy play with us doesn't mean that He's given us up for adoption. We're still His children, and God is still telling Satan to back off. And guys, sorry guys, that came out wrong. I assure you, if you trust in God, it will work out. So, He will bring you out of that oven when the time is right, because God knows when the time is right. He knows everything. Now, I'm going to trust Him. I'm coming out when my time is right. You know, in the story of Nebuchadnezzar, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, when they were thrown into the furnace because they didn't worship Nebuchadnezzar's golden statue. Well, don't think that they weren't scared when they went into that furnace, because they were. But God protected them. They trusted in their God. Now we need to trust in our God. You see, the Lord does not care. I mean, He understands that we're scared. He won't condemn us if we're scared. We just have to go in. Anything that hinders us does not hinder God. So, He's a loving Father. He understands. He knows that we've gone through some crap, and He knows that we've seen it. But we just have to trust in Him and get into the oven until He tells us to come out, because He will tell us to come out when the time is right. So guys, let me ask you something. Are you looking for trouble? I'm looking for trouble. I'm looking for trouble. And I found some. And that's what we're doing right now. We're supposed to look for people to bring to the Lord. We're supposed to share His good news. Even though we'll go through some crap, it's worth it. So guys, let me ask you something. Are you going to trust in God that He will bring you out of the oven? I am. So, thank you guys. You're awesome. God bless you guys. Love you. So, remember, I'm just plain simple. I'm normal, I'm ordinary, I'm no different than you guys. But He is not. He's beautiful, and He's lovely, and He's glorious. And when times get tough, praise God in the storm. See you guys.